There's a lot of debate about whether you can have balance when you are chasing after your goals. Some people say you can have everything you want all at the same time. Some people say you can have everything you want, but not all at the same time. Some people say that there is absolutely no way to find balance when you are chasing after your goals and that you're going to have to suck it up. Now, as somebody who hates to be burnt out and hates to feel unbalanced, I am here to tell you how you can find balance when you are chasing after your dreams because balance looks different for all of us. So today I am giving you tips on how to find balance when chasing after your goals for those super busy people because nobody wants to be a burnt out baddie. Hi, welcome. My name is Chelsea. If you're new to my channel, I am the creator, producer, and host of a live entertainment talk show called CTRL+ALT+BEAT. And if you are someone who loves chasing after your dreams, is somebody who loves rewiring your mindset, or is just very interested in on how to make the best of your life, follow for more, subscribe, follow my Instagrams, whatever it is, leave a comment so we can chat down below. Welcome to the space. Okay, so step number one, jumping right into this, you need to get clear on what your focus is for this quarter. We just hit quarter three, and as somebody who knows that they can get burnt out very quickly and also has a lot that they want to accomplish, it is so important for you to know what you are focusing on. I think oftentimes people say that you cannot find balance because there is no way for you to give 100% of yourself to every aspect of your life all of the time. But in my mind, balance, or whatever that semblance might be of that, is picking 3 things that you want to focus on and then dividing your time throughout that so that you are not burnt out. So if this quarter your focuses are your career, your finances, your health, your fitness, whatever that might be, being social, going out of your bubble, whatever your focus is, pick 2 to 3 things that you know you are going to dedicate your time and your energy to. For me personally, there are some non-negotiables that no matter what the quarter is, no matter what the season is, I am going to make time for. One of them is sleep and my wellness. I am a monster, and I say this in so many of my videos, I'm a monster when I don't get my sleep. If you are somebody that you know you need to be eating 3 meals a day, or you need to be eating healthy or just really well for you to function, make sure you write that down. If you're somebody that feels disconnected from the world when you lock yourself in your room or your home for months or weeks on end, be somebody that also prioritizes connection with your friends and your family. You lose so much time in the day. You lose so much energy wasting it by not knowing what you're doing, because then you're kind of scrambling for the day or whatever you have going on. What I like to do is plan my weeks in advance. And sometimes I get clowned for this because people often ask me okay, can we hang out? When are you free? And I give them a date that's 2-3 weeks in the future. But listen to me, guys. I am somebody who can very easily get lost with the wind and allow, external factors to kind of impact my mood and my schedule. And as somebody who is literally building a talk show from scratch, I do not have time for that. We have to be focusing on our goals. There are actual deadlines and outputs that I need to complete. So in order for me to, I think, make the most of my week and make sure that I don't burn out, I am planning my week in advance, and I'm planning my days and my specific tasks the night before. So if you are somebody like me, for example, and you know that you cannot be outside socializing every single day, or even 2 to 3 days back to back because it's going to burn you out, look at your calendar, look at your schedule. If there are outings that you have to attend, do not schedule friendship hangouts or family hangouts or whatever it might be, or parties the day after or in the same day as something that you have to do. Balance is all about getting clear on what your needs are and how you're going to prioritize them when you have a million things to do. So when it comes to planning your quarter and planning your focuses for this quarter and planning your weeks in advance, say no to some things. And I'm sorry to say it, I'm somebody who doesn't like to say no to a lot of things because I do want to have fun. I do want to find balance. I do want to be outside socializing and all of that stuff. It is summer. I understand I am from a cold country, but you are going to have to prioritize your needs, your specific needs, at least for the next few months, if you want to see any form of progress without burning out. Second step, you're going to ignore every single thing that is out of your control. Do you know how much time people waste on worrying or stressing about factors out of their control, knowing that they cannot do anything to change it? If you are focusing on a bigger goal, on a bigger picture, you feel like you have a purpose and you are working towards that, you do not have time to waste your energy on stupidness. You're not going to be worried about somebody giving you a dirty look. You're not going to be worried about somebody leaving you a hate comment on your social media or somebody making fun of you or whatever the heck that might be. You don't have time for that. And I'm speaking from experience. Most of my brain capacity is taken up by this freaking show that I'm working on, and I love it. I'm so grateful for it. But that requires so much of me that I don't have energy to give to stupidness that really doesn't matter at the end of the day. If you're somebody who has road rage, somebody cuts you off and you decide to throw a whole fit, you are holding on to that horn for dear life. Let it go. Because energy is currency. And if you are spending all of it on things that are not moving you forward, things that are not improving your life, but are actually making it worse, you're wasting your energy on things that you could be really dedicating your time to. That'll make you happier. That'll make you feel balanced. That'll make you feel like a more well-rounded person. That'll make you feel gratitude. At the end of the day, we all want to feel good. We are here in life. We are experiencing life as humans. And I don't think it's very wise of us to spend our time on this earth being miserable, fighting people, arguing with people, always seeing the negative in every single situation, indulging with bad habits and people that are negative for us. If you are here and you're watching this video, most likely you are somebody that's chasing after something. You are ambitious in some form. You want to improve your life. If that is the case, get rid of that part of you that wants to pick a fight with people because they're being stupid or feels like you need to tell people about themselves all the time. And I'm not saying allow people to walk all over you or whatever that is, but just ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Is this worth my time? And if it's not, which most of the time it is not, don't engage. This also goes for people that are chasing after something and feel like there is no room for them in that industry. If you are somebody that wants to start a business but somebody else has already started this business, so what? Do not allow somebody else doing something to stop you from chasing after your goals. Do you know how much room there is in this world for all of us to succeed and for us to thrive? You think somebody starting a fashion business is like, you know what, I'm not going to start my fashion business because there are already people that make clothes out there in the world. Nobody is doing it like you. That is the benefit of us creating in this world. Nobody has your life experiences. Nobody has your perspective, your unique perspective, and your unique take and quality on things that you will do. So instead of spending your energy and your time wasting away on what people are thinking about you, if people are going to judge you, if someone is being rude to you or whatever the heck it is, spend it on things that will benefit you. Spend it on things that will make you feel good about yourself, that will progress you in life, in fun hobbies, in positive mindsets, in books, and whatever that might be, in your goals, on bettering yourself. Stop wasting your energy on stupidness. Okay, number 3 is huge. This is my most important rule, I would say, and that is to plan your rest in advance. So this is a little bit similar to the first point of just planning your quarter and planning your week and your focuses, but you have to think about planning your rest. Take it from me, I was that girl in high school that was doing every single thing. I was in the sports. I was on the sports teams. I was doing drama. I was doing dance. I was doing student council. I was doing every single freaking thing. And I would just be on go mode 24/7. And you know what happened? I got burnt out. And then it happened again in university. And then it happened after I graduated university because I was somebody who would just keep going and doing all of these things because I felt like I was superwoman. And not to say you can't do hard things and you can't do multiple things at once. You absolutely can. But you need to know your limit. I am somebody who gets burnt out easily, and when I am burnt out, I can't function, period. And I cannot have that because, again, I am building a talk show and there are outputs and there are deadlines. And I know that at the end of the day, that is my main priority right now. And I need to do what I have to do so that I can successfully work towards that and get what I need to get done. I am telling you guys, it is not hot to be burnt out. It is not hot to be superwoman and feel like you can manage everything and everyone and like you have to save everybody and dedicate all of your time to everything that's going on. Plan your rest. For me specifically, there are days throughout the week, every single week, where I'm like, you know what, I'm not even going to plan what my day looks like. I'm not going to plan to do anything because I know that giving myself rest, letting my brain just kind of sit for a second is imperative to my success. It's imperative to my creativity and to how good I feel throughout my days. If you know you have a busy time period up ahead, plan a rest day in advance. Because what I would do a lot of the time is I would look at my schedule and I would only put in things that I had to do in terms of meetings, in terms of deadlines or events that I had to do or I had to go to. And then when people would ask me to hang out or whatever it might be, I would just find any available slot and slot it in there. And what that was doing was making me exhausted. It was making me resentful. It was making me feel like I had to do this all or nothing thing of like, I either see people or I see nobody at all and I don't hang out. Because when I do hang out with people, it's burning me out. You don't have to be an all or nothing person. You can find balance, and you do that by scheduling your rest in advance. It is okay to take breaks. As somebody who is still so very ambitious and has a lot of goals, I also don't believe that we were made to be on this earth to be working 24/7 into the ground. Find some enjoyment, find some stillness. Because to me, at least it's in those moments where I find the most creativity, where I find motivation, where I find a reason to continue doing what I'm doing. And the fourth and final step to finding balance, if you are chasing after your goals, is to pause and reflect on what you are actually doing. Now, as some high achieving people over here, I'm sure a lot of us often forget what we are doing and the gravity of what we are doing because we are constantly raising the bar. If that is you, if you are somebody who is always moving the finish line because you are achieving things, but your goals of course keep growing because you know you're capable of such greatness, take a second to pause and actually acknowledge what you are doing. I know for me, I am so hard on myself and I'm working on it. I oftentimes am like, okay, yeah, I just did that, but what's next? How can I make it better? And I am somebody who believes in, always figuring out how you can improve yourself and improve certain things, but you have to pause and just reflect on what you are doing. There are a lot of people in this world that are a lot of talk and say they're going to do things and don't actually do it. Applaud yourself for actually doing the thing that you said you're going to do. For me, I have to remind myself sometimes that I am building a talk show from scratch. And I think it sounds a lot more glamorous than the initial building process is. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of mental capacity, it's a lot of emotional energy, and most importantly, it's a lot of lessons and a lot of messing up. But I think it's so important for us to pause every now and then and reflect on the beauty and the gravity of what we are doing. If you think about it this way, like we are in a place where we have the privilege to chase after things that we want to. Not everyone has this ability. Not everyone has this privilege. You are chasing after something that you want freely. No one is telling you that you can't do. Well, no, maybe people could be, discouraging you from doing it, but you're still doing it anyway. And that's what's really important. We are so privileged to be able to chase after our goals. And sometimes when I am tired, when I'm burnt out, when things are not going as planned, I have to remind myself, like, at least I am tired from a task of my own choosing. At least I am learning lessons by doing something that I told myself I really wanted to do. I think we get so accustomed to the wonder in what we're doing in the day to day because there's always something more to do. I am with you there. There's always something more to do. But I think we get so accustomed to it that we forget about the magic in what we are doing. What would the younger version of yourself think of you today if they knew that you were chasing after your goals, that you were building something from scratch, that you were, defying all odds, and despite your circumstances, were still chasing after something that you know you can get? What would they say? Whenever you're feeling like the magic has been taken out of your days, like you're not doing something great, bask in that gratitude. Just take a second to pause and reflect on the fact that you are chasing after something that you want. I think that is such a beautiful thing. Anyways, that is all I have for you today. If you did enjoy this video, if anything I said resonated with you, leave a comment down below. I love to chat to you. Maybe subscribe, maybe follow my Instagrams. All of those things. I am wishing you endless success and endless belief in yourself, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.